last but certainly not least, Beer Santa. This is affectionately, but also known as Terrence Sullivan. Beer Santa.
Yeah, it was I gotta say, doing up for this, it was a busy December for the old Santa, but I got all the presents delivered. I'm glad to be here. Yeah. Kayak City putting this thing on. Let's hear it for Kayak City. We're gonna, as they said down the way, we got some giveaways, and then obviously everybody's here for the kayak, so we can't wait to give that away.
Yeah, so. Absolutely. So, guys, just before we go any further, the kayak giveaway. Huge thank you to Kayak City. A couple Kayak City folks down there somewhere. Kayak City Native Watercraft. They generously donated this kayak that someone will be taking home today for this specific event. So it's a Native Watercraft Titan X 12.5. It's like $4,000. It's a decent kayak. So one of you guys will win that, and that'll be with the raffle tickets. Remember, you have to have a raffle ticket to win, and you have to be present. So just letting you guys know, when we do that drawing, whoever wins has to be here. So that'll be the end, and like Santa said, we've got a bunch more goodies to give away, so make sure you stick around. But that is probably enough of us talking. I know there's probably some great questions in the crowd. Who has questions? Anyone have questions? Raise your hand. Questions? That's it.
Greg, you should probably use the wireless mic for questions.
Wireless? That's true. That's true. Let me
Oh, by the way, the people that are on the other side of the tank, do we look bigger than we actually are?
The tank adds 5 pounds.
How'd you guys all get together? Oh, great! How did you guys all get together?
Closer and louder.
I think the question was, how did we all get together and meet each other? Yes, I did. I heard that. Is that right? Am I correct? Yeah. All right. I think I'm the last to the group, so I'll finish it up. But I think maybe Mike and Alden and Greg.
It was a long, long time ago at the Kanaka Casino at Clear Lake. It was. I met Greg. Oh, really loud. I met Greg at a tournament on the Delta, and we're like, hey, dude, let's free fish together. Beers turned into time, and then next thing you know, Alden showed up. We all came together at Kanaka Harbor. We went through a bout of food poisoning with some great burgers. It was horrible, but we stayed together, and we've been a crew ever since, and we just started adopting stray puppies along the way. It's like 8 or 9 years, I think now, maybe.
Yeah.
But yeah, it all started at Clear Lake, which is special to all of us. We all love Clear Lake, so I'm sure you guys do too. It's a great place. But that's where it all started.
Yeah, I think I sent Greg a note. Like I'm that weirdo dude, but like, hey bro, do you want some beer? And I noticed he was drinking beer in one of his videos. And of course, I work for Sierra Nevada, and I thought, shit, I'll deliver him some beers. And I think I sent you like 5 cases of beer, and you were like, holy moly, I don't need that much. But
that's right. So I met Beer Santa over there. He messaged me on Facebook, asking if I liked beer, and he wanted me to accept some from him. And I was a little creeped out, but I mean, free beer. So I was like, all right, I'll take it. And long story short, he's a very good man, good friend, good Beer Santa, and I'm glad I took that beer that one day. So that's how we met. Next question. Who's got a question? This one's for Greg. When are you getting the bass boat?
the question was, when are you getting a bass boat?
Check. Oh, I got the fancy mic now. Just messing my hair up. Oh, okay. The question was, when am I getting a bass boat? Wow. I don't know, 2029.
I don't know. Is there any sponsors willing to give Greg a boat?
I see some over there.
Anybody?
Hey, Coach. Hi, Coach. What are you doing?
Coach is capturing content.
He's a very good
Yeah.
cameraman.
Everybody wave.
Look at him.
Everybody
Wow.
wave.
Except when we were filming earlier outside, you were on time lapse mode with the GoPro.
Coach earned his couple Berkeley baits.
I've done that time lapse.
Another question. Who we got?
Hey, I was wondering how familiar are you guys with BFS gear? And,
Oh, questions on this side. I'm sorry. I forgot about you guys. That guy right there.
I was just wondering if you guys are familiar with BFS gear and if you've ever used it in casual fishing or maybe in your tournament stuff too.
BFS gear. So that's like the small stuff, right? I have never personally used BFS. You guys, BFS?
No.
No? No. Sorry. A terrible answer, but that's just the truth. All right, what else we got? Yes, sir.
This one's for Coach. Are you going to tell us your secret Tolik story? Or do we have to wait on that?
Oh, we knew this one was coming. The Tolik story. We might need to get.
Oh, God. You don't want to hear this story.
All right. Well, yeah, I'll be very brief and cut down version of this story. When you don't eat all day, don't drink like 25 beers and act like a fool. We've all, well, not all of us, but a whole bunch of us has done it, and it was my turn to do it, and I'm lucky that I still have friends. And that's the story. Don't drink without eating.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure there's more to the story than that, but it's okay. All right, who else we got? Questions?
All right, let's hear the origin story. How'd you get into kayak fishing?
Sorry, what?
How did you guys get into kayak fishing?
Mike, why don't you go first? How did you get into kayak fishing? Michael?
Kayak fishing. So I got sick of beating the bank. I've been fishing my whole life. I think I started kayak fishing probably 2002 or something like that with a red kayak from Kmart. Doesn't matter what you're in. It's all about the passion and going out there and throwing baits until you get bit. But yeah, that's how I got into it. I was just sick of being on the bank basically around everyone else. So I bought a kayak. I think it was like $125. Used that thing for. I used to drag that thing in the mountains up by where I lived by Tahoe, like drag it for 3 miles to lakes to go fish for trout. So it's a good way to get out there. It's light, weighed like 40 pounds, but that's how I got into kayak fishing. And then I've always wanted a bass boat my whole life, never had one. But yeah, it kind of just took over bass fishing for me. The kayak did.
What is that?
But that's how I got into it.
Is that 1962?
It was 1921 when I lived in Santa Cruz. That's how I started. Nobody?
Oh,
Well, I had a Costco kayak that I used to just take the wife out. We used to go cruising, and I live in Discovery Bay. And a couple of years ago, the salmon ran through my backyard, and my boat was in the front, and I couldn't get to the salmon, and they were jumping around in my face. So I took the Costco kayak, went out there, tried to catch the salmon. Salmon dragged me all around, broke me off, and then I filmed it and put it on Facebook. And then the next day I woke up to 100 comments from the kayak community saying, hey man, you should come out and kayak fish. And I was always a boat guy. And I was like, I don't know about that. You know, I'm not trying to fall in the water, do none of that stuff, you know. And they just kept on asking. So I said, you know what, I'll go out there and try it. Went out there and tried it. The first time I went out, I was hooked. After that, then they said, we also have tournaments. And after that, I said, dude! And the rest is history. And I hooked up with it. I said, my first big tournament. I didn't want to take the Costco kayak out there. Semi was embarrassed, you know, but Mike called me out the blue, never met him before, and said, I got a kayak for you if you want to really fish that tournament. And went out to Shasta, he had the kayak for me, and I won the Hobie tournament out the kayak right there. Yeah, I'll never forget that, Mike. I love you, boy.
Well, I guess I started kayak fishing because I had a kick boat, and my brother-in-law and a couple of his friends had kayaks, and I couldn't keep up. So I told my wife, I was going, man, I need to get a kayak so I can keep up with these guys while I'm fishing. The next thing I know, it's my birthday, and my wife shows up with a kayak. And it was just one of those old, just paddle, or not even pedal, just paddle kayak. You know, paddling around. And I got in it for about 5 minutes, and that was my first journey on it, was about 5 minutes. And I get off the water, and our old buddy Juan goes, hey, there's a tournament in Shasta, you want to go? And I was like, a tournament? He goes, yeah, bass tournament of kayaks. I said, I've got 5 minutes of kayaking my whole life, man. He thought, let's go. And I went, and I beat the guy named Mike at the ice machine. I got my beers, and the rest is history.
Good history or bad history? I've been kayak fishing since 2006, probably 7 maybe. Just borrowing little cheap kayaks with holes covered in duct tape from neighbors and going out, and then bought a $100 kayak off of Craigslist and did that for a while. Then got a $200 kayak off Craigslist, then a $300 kayak off Craigslist. And, whatever to get you out in the water. It's a good time and get you hooked. It don't matter what you got. Don't got to be fancy, but you know that's what I love about the kayaks. It's just Mother Nature out there and you. And whatever she's dishing out, you got to deal with it. You know, whether you got something fancy or not, it's a good time. Go enjoy yourself out there. But yeah, it's almost 20 years probably of kayak fishing for me at this point in time. I haven't looked back. That's for sure.
Yeah, so Santa here. I grew up in Louisiana, and my father was a big bass fisherman. So that's where I kind of fell in love with it. But we moved to California, and we got rid of the boat, and I didn't really fish much during college, shore fish, and then I had a son. He was about 12 years old, and we did a lot of bank fishing. I was trying to figure out ways to actually get out on the water. We were going to get a canoe. That's whenever I actually discovered Greg's videos and thought, wow, maybe a couple kayaks would be great for my kid and I to get out on the water. And so about 2017, chatted with a guy that we did business with at the brewery, and telling him I wanted to get into kayak fishing. He's like, I got these 2 kayaks. I'm like, nah, I want a specific type of kayak. I want a pedal kayak. I'm looking for something, you know, I just figured he didn't have what I wanted. But he had 2 Pro Angler 14s and sold them to me for $3,500 and downriggers, everything, and boom, here I am. Bass fishing out of a kayak. Love it.
There you go, T.
All right, that was a long answer, guys. So good question.
Yeah, thank you.
What about you, Greg?
Oh, me. I'll make it short and sweet. I got into kayak fishing after, I think it was the summer of 2012. My family actually rented a cottage back in New York. That's where I'm from. I always fish from the bank. How many people bank fish? Bank anglers? Bank only? How about kayak? Kayak anglers out here? Bass boat? So a good mix. But yeah, my family would rent this cottage every summer, and you know, being a bank angler was my one chance. They'd rent me a boat as well. I'd be able to use a boat for that one particular week. So I noticed on the last summer we were there, I had to return the boat, which I was bummed about, but I noticed there was kayaks underneath the cottage. And I thought to myself, well, you know what? I mean, I can just take that out and I can go fishing. I can still get off the bank with a kayak. Now, it was like a tiny sit-inside kayak, nothing fancy. But I'll tell you what, that evening when I took that kayak out, I was able to get in between docks in these really tight spaces. And I probably caught more fish on that tiny kayak than I did all week out of the boat that we rented. So after that, I was pretty much hooked. And what are you laughing at?
You.
Am I getting busy?
You know what? You know what I think you should tell everyone?
Yeah.
Is how did you get into actually filming and making content? I know you're that generation that's like weird like that, but I'm an old timer, and we just keep our memories in our head. But I think it's amazing what you have produced and what you do.
Hey, you were the one that watched me first and typed a creepy message. So
Yeah.
just saying. I mean, yeah. No, it's a good question. So as far as the YouTube thing, you know, it's weird. I actually have videos from high school when like smartphones like weren't even a thing. It was like a Berry or something. I don't even know what they were. They weren't smartphones. But I actually in high school when I fished from the bank, I actually filmed myself. I have the footage. I probably won't ever show any of you guys, but I have footage from when I was in high school fishing from the bank. So I think I've always kind of had a weird interest in, you know, seeing how I fish, how a day ends up, because you guys know fishing is cool because you can never predict what happens. You can think, you know, or you can hope for certain things, but every day, you know, is different. Every day is a different challenge,
Well, I know I ain't gonna
whether
catch
it's good or
shit.
bad.
I
And
know that.
with that being said, I started filming myself, and then that kind of translated into YouTube, into the kayak. And, you know, 12 years later, here we are talking about it at the ISC show, which is pretty cool. So, good question, Terrence. Another question.
All of you've been fishing pretty much all your lives. What is the fish that you remember that got away? Because everybody has one.
What was the question? What's the one fish that stands out? What is that? What's the
That
one
got
that
away.
You never forget is the question.
Fish that got away. Get a fish that got away story.
What story?
A fish that got
Oh,
away.
the fish that got away. I was going to say, you guys go. I've been talking too much. Obi, what about O?
I'm gonna
I
give my
married my
I got
fish
one
that
that
got
sticks
away.
in my head. It's so horrible. It haunts me every day. It wasn't that big of a deal to everyone else, but it was a big deal to me. It was at Clear Lake during the fires, probably like 4 years ago. We were fishing, there was a yakka bass, layered, and what was it? It was KBS something else. And I was on this one specific spot for 3 days. I didn't leave this rock pile. And I was fishing a jig all day, 8 hours a day. And I knew when I got there, I was gonna get him first thing in the morning on this jig. And I'd have to downsize my jig throughout the day. Second cast, send it out there, boop, and it hit it hard, and I reeled in the slack. I'm like, oh, he's still there. I yanked back, set the hook. This thing comes out like water, and it was a tank. It was no doubt, I'm not exaggeration, it was over 10. It straightened my jig hook out. I got my jig back in, and I was crushed. I was so upset. I'm like, oh my God, dude, I think I was in top 5 for that tournament. And I was like, that was the one. I was gonna cash a check. This is it, I was gonna win. Nope. And I tried to regroup. It took me about probably like 15 minutes to get out of that. And then I started regrouping, threw a jig out, boom, 9-pounder in the same spot. It wasn't the same fish at all, but it broke my heart. It was like, I cried when my children were born, but I think I was crying out of that kayak that day.
Sorry to interrupt the story.
It was tough.
We just figured everyone would want to see this beautiful smile.
I love the people, you know what I'm saying? This is a crowd, you guys. This is what I'm talking about, man. Give you guys a yourself a round of applause, man. This is beautiful, man. The ISC show. Yeah. Hey, a quick story. Like 20 years ago or so, when I started doing my filming, I'm doing the YouTube videos and everything. Before social media, I used to come to the ISC show with my DVDs. And right now, I'll be the guy in the parking lot putting DVDs on everybody's windshield, right? So every year, I would come to the ISC show, seeing if anybody watched the DVD and recognized me. And this is back when they was at the Cow Palace. So I would come for the next 4 years and no one recognized me. And I'm putting hundreds of DVDs in the parking lot. So 1 year I come, no one recognizes me. I'm headed home, I'm leaving out the door, and then someone says, "Hey, aren't you Rip the Lips? That guy there, I don't know if you were here, buddy, but you had me keep it going since then." And fast forward to now, when I tell you all the love I received today, man, I love that. That's why I keep doing it. I keep doing this for this sport, to show the love, because y'all show me so much love. And I tell you, I really appreciate it. Me, GB, doing this show, when I tell you all the love we get, man, I watch all the videos. I actually sit the family around and say, "Listen what this person said about me." Yeah, as I'm Chuck E. Cheese smiling all around. You know what I'm saying? So I'm glad you guys came and showed up. This really means a lot to us. You know, I know if you guys watched the last video, I told you, I said that you can't bring everybody fishing, you know, because they don't want to leave early. That's the same thing that goes for the ISC show. Some of y'all brought somebody here that's ready to go after this. You know what I'm saying? But keep bringing them, keep spreading the love of fishing, man. And I tell you, man, I love this, man. This means a lot. GB, I mean, come on, man. You know. Can everybody give me a two, man? 1, 2, 3. That's what I'm saying, man. The bigger the bass, the bigger the dudes, man. I hope 2025, man, y'all just catch the biggest fish of your life, man. And when you do, send a picture with that dude to your boy, man. I see you out there, TV. Yeah, these y'all my peoples, man. I'm glad this. TV, what it do? Okay, you know what? I'm bringing root beer back. I'm bringing it back. Hey,
that's only if root beer wants to come back.
I'm bringing it back, but I don't know about with you. You know what I'm saying? Y'all watch the show, y'all know, I don't know, GB's advertising for the views or what. But they said root beer, that boat there was just for practice. But I had a hell of a year fishing out of it. I had 9 wins on the Delta 1 year out of that boat. You know, and it kind of inspired people when I was getting ready to get rid of it. I was going to get rid of it because I got another bass boat. The people said, "Nah, that's part of the community now, the boat root beer." And I said, "You hear that, root beer?" So that root beer, she couldn't be here, but I guarantee you, she feels the love. Guys, what's up, Holdy? Yeah, baby. All right, how about another question? Let's move on. Another question. Yes, sir.
Can you hear me? So it's a question for all of you. I want to know who's the best fisherman out of all of you guys.
Who's the best fisherman out of all of us?
That's a tough one.
Should we vote on? Should this be a crowd vote? I think it should be a crowd vote.
I think it's body of water, probably more than
We'll say
anything.
overall. Okay, so the question was the best fisherman out of all of us. All right, who thinks I am the best fisherman out of all of us? Raise your hand.
Having shit out loud.
He knows it is.
Hey. All right, how about Obany? Best fisherman. I mean, you can go on. Who likes Mike? Mike? Hey, Mike. That's good. That's good. How about the coach? Coach, best fisherman?
I'm the best looking fisherman.
Can't argue with that. How about Waldy Waldy? Best fisherman? Yeah, it's kind of like me. And finally, Santa Claus, the best fisherman?
And free beer if you cheer for Santa Claus.
Good question.
Right?
Who's next? Another question.
Right here,
Here.
All right, quick question for you guys. Okay, for me, I got into that. I got into kayak fishing for 10 years. So your videos, got an RV, had to make the wife happy, right? So I couldn't pull my boat anymore. So I had to kayaking down there. So my thing is to you, for me at least, has you guys ever fallen in the water out of your kayaks at all? And if you did, I mean, what was the loss of gear? Because that kind of scared the shit out of me.
You know, I think what you just said stops a lot of guys from getting kayaks, thinking they're going to fall in the water. So, but I never fell in the water. I'm kayaking now, 4 or 5 years. That was my fear when I got into kayaking, was I didn't want to fall in the water. But once I got on a fishing kayak and fished for the day, I was surprised how sturdy, how I can stand up, sit down, and trust me, if you've never been in a fishing kayak, do yourself a favor, go to one of these places that can put a kayak in the water for you so you can try it out. I guarantee you'll be a kayak fisherman, for sure. If you love fishing, you'll be a kayak fisherman, for sure.
Yeah, I'm gonna add to that, because I have that fear too as well. I damaged my spinal cord some years ago, and I don't have the balance I used to have, and so like our kayaks, like you get low center of gravity, you're fine. You just don't get out on water that's going to make you uncomfortable or anything like that. That's what I mainly got to say. But a true fishing kayak is worth the experience and worth trying out.
That's a true statement, Santa. All the new kayaks, you guys, that are out, from low price points to large price points, are definitely stable. I haven't been in one that I felt scared in, ever. Except when I had the Kmart red one, that was $125. That one was sketchy. Sketchy at best.
Good question. Who's next?
All right, so I got a question for you. Where is your favorite place to fish and why?
Where is mine? Is this to all of us? Just make it. All of us. Favorite place to fish and why?
Oh, wait, hold on, Greg. I'm gonna say that if you're getting on a fishing kayak, wear a PFD. No matter what, no matter the weather, no matter anything.
Yeah.
That's a ritual. When you get on that thing, have that vest zipped up and ready to go. Because that will save your life.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Just like kayaks, though, the PFDs nowadays, you don't even feel them when they're on. They're legit. They're well built. They're not like the orange life jackets you got at the rental shop at Comanche when you're a kid or wherever you grew up.
Yeah. Okay, your question. My favorite fishing place and why? It's gotta be the Delta. Maybe Contra Loma now. I don't know. Contra Loma. No, I'd say it's the Delta. The Delta is just so special. I think I like it because it feels like, you know, every time you go out, it's just different. It's not the same thing every time. So I picked the Delta. It's just, you know, I like to fish how the Delta sets up. Frog, punching, top water. That's a lot of shallow power fishing, so I'd say Delta. How about you, favorite place? I think I know.
It's the Delta for sure. You know, I mean, I am the ambassador of the California Delta. So, you know what I'm saying? The Delta is on. I love the Delta, man. So many dukes out there on the Delta. It's so versatile. You can fish the Delta your whole life and still ain't fish the entire Delta. And that's what I love about it. There's so many new places to unlock. And not seeing all these other places. It's what's up, baby. And you know what time it is. It's that Delta, baby. So it's a Delta love. I could be biased though, because I am a Delta guy. But I said I like all the other lakes around here. I feel like we got some of the best fisheries in the world, and you know, I feel like we're spoiled with these fisheries. But if I have to say, it's going to be the Delta.
Mine is definitely Clear Lake, California. I love that lake. I've always loved it. It's tough. It'll beat you up and teach you things that you didn't know and treat you like you've never fished in your life. But when you come across them, they're epic. Not to mention all the fish there are epic. The crappie are huge. The catfish are giant. I've caught so many 20-pounders or 15 to 20-pound catfish during tournaments. Everyone's like, oh, I caught a catfish. It was the worst thing ever during a tournament. I'm like, nah. That tug is epic to me. I don't care. I'll burn 10 minutes catching that channel cat. Clear Lake for sure for me.
Yeah, just like Mike said, I live on Clear Lake, so I know I talk a lot of junk about it on various videos, but it's definitely my favorite lake. I lived on it my entire life, and any cast, you could bring in a 12-pound bass. Or,
You could, but Dutcher couldn't.
yeah, you could do it. You get a 12-pound bass or a 25-pound catfish or a 4-pound crappie. It's just an amazing place. When the fish are biting on Clear Lake, it's the best place that there is to fish because you're going to catch big fish.
They're always biting at Clear Lake for everyone except Dutcher. Just because he doesn't know how to fish that good.
Yeah.
I'm gonna steer a little clear of everyone else. I'm gonna say my favorite lake is Folsom. I'll give you the same thing that I tell everyone. It is the absolute best bass fishing lake in California, hands down. You won't convince me otherwise. And the other 364 days of the year, it's the absolute worst bass fishing lake in California. So.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with New Melones. I love the area. That's God's country up in that area, and that's what I really like. I love the anticipation of getting to the lake and launching, and just beautiful country. So.
And no one
I
said
don't catch
Shasta
shit.
yet.
I don't catch
Shasta.
shit there, but
It's true. But Shasta's up there too.
oh, Shasta's up there too. Yeah, oh yeah.
Okay, we're gonna do one quick thing.
Okay, you know, this is about the time of the day we want to give some of this swag away. Woo! I need to know who's fooling with us, who's rolling with us. We're going to separate right now from the sides with the dudes. You know, the loudest side is going to be the first side to get this. We're going to start with this side here, man. On count of three, give me your dude, man. 1, 2, 3. Dude! I love it with the body. Okay, this side. 1, 2, 3.
That was pretty doobie.
That was. What would you think, GB?
I think we need to run it back one more time.
One more time. Okay, that was tough. Okay, here we go this side. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
It was that side for sure.
Yeah, this side over here. Yeah. All turned up today. I love it, man. Thank you, man. That's what I'm talking about.
That's because we're facing the corner.
We do. We gotta get all the way in the back.
We all go that way.
Yeah, GB, we got some people. There we go. Let's show this love. Fumble later. There you go. There we go. We ain't forgot about y'all. We ain't forgot about y'all on this side, because that was some loud dudes over here, too. Oh, there we go.
Hey, Paul, what's up?
Let's go. What we got over here? What we got? There you go, Coach. Keep them going. There you go. Coach got the other bag. There you go. Hook them up. Hook them up. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. We give you the stuff you can definitely go get deep on. There you go, Steve.
Just go take it. Give me that.
Those muffin tops, those belly shirts, those gorditas. Ooh, they want to run back the two. Oh, you know what? Let's do it. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Hey, y'all got yourself together on this side.
Hey,
I can't lie.
Oh, you see more details in there.
You know, I had a couple of gorditas. Can't run well. That's what I
get. I just bought like 8 packs.